G'day guys, welcome back. I'm going to do a ring pour with the Elmer's glue, the school glue. That's it there. Just to see how the ring pour goes. This is just a old canvas that I'm going to pour over. I'm not keeping all my practice canvases. I'm going to start pouring over them. I'll show you the one I did yesterday with the Elmer's glue, school glue. That's it there. The sides are dry. Only a little bit, about that much around the edges is dry. The rest of it's still really wet. But so far, so good. The bits that are dry have dried perfectly. So we'll wait and see what happens with that before I judge the school glue too much more. So far so good. It has got a little bit of floetrol in it just to help it, dry. As I said in the previous video when I did that, the only real difference is that the school glue is washable. So if you're one of these people that want to wash your surface after a month to get the oil out before you varnish, resin, whatever, then you're probably going to lose your paint. If you're like me and you're quite happy just to have that surface, you don't have to varnish it. I don't really varnish my paintings. I do sometimes just to see what it's like, or if I want to show you guys how to varnish, but generally I don't. I don't think they need varnishing. When I do varnish, I don't even worry about the silicone oil. I just use a gloss pouring medium and I pour that over, and I don't have a problem if there's oil on the surface. So for me, school glue is not an issue, as long as it doesn't crack. So we'll see what happens once it dries. So I'm using my 60-30-10 mix, and the glue is the school glue in that one. And I have got some metallic gold and some black and cool red. So I'm just using those three colours, same as I did with my Valentine's Day pour. That was a flip cut pour, but I'm just going to try it out with a ring pour today. So nice mound. Rightio. Let's do it. Some red. Just pouring down the side so that we're not muddying our colours. I have mixed the red and the black at the same rate or ratio. I've got 70 grams of pouring medium to 70 grams of paint. The gold I did 2 to 1, but 2 parts paint to 1 part pouring medium. So 100 grams of paint to 50 grams of pouring medium, because your metallics have to be mixed so much thicker. I found that anyway. That they do, otherwise they just sink to the bottom, they disappear, or they blend in with the other colours and you don't get a definite gold or definite copper, that just blends into the other colours. So that's what I do. Now I'm going to keep some of that black out. Probably don't need all of this. We'll just leave the rest there in case I need to do a little bit on my corners. Rightio. How pretty does that look? Now I'm going to pinch the edge there where I've poured everything in from, and I'm just going to do a standard ring pour for you guys. So what goes in first is going to come out last. So what went in first? The red. Hey guys, come on, sit down. I need to get down a little bit closer. See how my rings are going a little bit wobbly? I need to get closer. There we go, that's better. See how they're more of a fold? Dogs. So more of a fold is what I'm after, and you need to get really close down to the surface of the canvas to be able to get that fold. As soon as I've done this, I'll let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? I know, you were all singing that, weren't you? Okay, and then when your cup gets towards the end, tip it up and slow your circles down. And then try and very carefully, without sticking your finger in everything, catch the drip so that you don't leave a big streak over. You guys want to come out? Come on then. You're being noisy. No? You're going to stop? All right. I think she's going to stop. Let's just torch to pop any bubbles that we may have. Oh dear. You can. Looks as if we might get a few little cells popping up in there. Usually get a few cells because there's a little bit of floetrol in my mix. So if you're using floetrol and you're getting little white dots popping up, it's usually your floetrol that's doing that. Okay, so I'm not really interested in keeping a nice round center. I'm just doing this for the sake of seeing how the Elmer's glue, the school glue, handles itself. So now this black, as you know, I'm going to add water. Where's my water gone? Over there. And I'm going to put some black on the corners. Give that a good squirt. Thin it down, because as I've said in my previous videos, I don't want to put thick paint on the edge there, and then when the paint hits it, it loses its shape, or it's got to try and get over that big bump. So it's important that you thin your paint right down if you're going to be using it as a flow enhancer to get that paint to flow over your corners. So just a little bit there. Goodbye, Paul. I didn't like you very well at all. And I'll keep a little bit of the black to do my sides as well. And if I end up going over the edges, then that's great. I don't need to fix up my edges then with the black. Okay, so that should be thin enough that this paint can just easily go over the edge. So let's just make sure that's thinned out enough on the very edge so it doesn't have to hit that and have trouble getting over that black paint. Right, now hopefully I haven't got too much black in there. I did want it nice and, you know, if you don't have enough black, your red and your gold just don't look very nice. So you have to have a lot of black. Which way will we go first? This has got more block colours. This has got more lines. I might go that way first. And as I said, I'm not worried about the shape today. Go over. Come back to this side. Might leave a little bit of black there, just with some interest, some contrast. Doesn't have to be matchy-matchy, does it? A little bit of interest. Okay. Now, back around the other way. Just wondering how the light's going. I'm kind of blocking that. There's a window just there. We're lifting this up is blocking the light, isn't it? Should be all right. Maybe I'll do it that way. Hold on to my push pin underneath so I don't touch the beautiful sides. Really stretch that out. wipe my hands again. Okay, now there's something happening in there. There's kind of a blob or something in there which is making the paint stop flowing. So I need to get that out. Off you go. Something, which means I'm going to have to take that corner over the edge to fix that corner there. So just over to get that little bit out and hold it underneath so I'm not touching the gorgeous sides. Ooh, vortex. Now I want to bring some of this gold down and just bring the weight of the paint back to the middle, because all the paint's here at the moment because I've just tipped off that side, so I want to bring it down a little bit more. And I think that's about it. Happy with that? Could have done with a bit more gold. Hey, the gold's kind of disappeared, even though I made it so thick. I think once it dries though, there's quite a bit in here up this end. Once it dries, I think it'll look really pretty. You just can't see very much of it at the moment. So, yeah, maybe use all the gold. I did leave a little bit behind. But yeah, it's really pretty. Happy with that. Got some more gold up here. I wonder what happens if I stretch this out a bit this way, whether I can open up this gold up here, or whether it's just going to be muddy. Seems to be opening up a little bit, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, let's go. I'll take that black corner off if I can. Go paint, go. You can do it. It's pretty much all stretched out, but it's going very, very slowly. I don't really want to lose all the red though, so there we go. It's just over the corner. Oh, it's very slippery under there. It's the problem with having so much paint rolling off your sides. Right, now I want to bring it back a bit that way because all my paint's sitting up here. I just want to bring that down a bit. Actually, maybe I don't. Maybe I get rid of this. I think that'll look nicer if I get rid of that. I think I'll do that. What do you think? You with me on this decision? Let's go. Just take that little bit of reddish colour off the bottom there. Bring it down to where I want the paint to flow off, and then straight down. A little bit more. Yep. I think that is much betterer. Okay, now I need to turn it around and just move the weight of the paint from here, which is just all run off. Let's move it back just a touch. So it's a nice thick paint. That'll do. As I said, nice thick paint. The glue is holding the lines really well. They're not going wobbly. If your mix is too thin, when you start stretching, you get all these little wobbly, ziggy-zaggy lines. So, yeah, really happy with that. Got my dark corner over there, got my lighter corner over here. Nice bright red center. Yay! Okay, let's take you in for a close-up. as I said, I think it will look much nicer once the gold's dry. Let's sit down. So up here, where you can just kind of make out the gold in the stripes. But yeah, when it dries, it'll be much brighter. Look at that light shining above it. How annoying. There we go. Do that. Okay, so there she is. And I'll show you again when it's dried, and hopefully the gold will be nice and shiny, because at the moment it just kind of looks like yellow and orange and red, doesn't it? But once it's dried, then the gold will pop. Okay, let me know if there's anything you want me to do, you guys. Any colours, any styles, and I'm happy to give it a go. Alright, I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now.